Hi friends, Stevie here. Welcome to another episode of Absolutely Arms. This one is about side crow. I've had a lot of requests for side crow, which obviously is different than regular crow because it's on the side. So there's a big twist involved, and it's actually a little bit more similar to Ekapada Kunjasana A, or the twisted variation of that posture. So, if you haven't joined me before in an Absolutely Arms episode, first off, I'm not sure how you avoided one if you've been doing the weekly guide or anything, because I've done so many at your requests. But it is made off of a base flow that you can find by just searching the term Absolutely Arms. And I think it says like base heat flow or something. It's labeled as number one. And it's a great option if you find some of the transitions in here are really tricky or challenging, or you feel like I'm moving too fast, because it does break down some of the more tricky transitions, like the pull through from down dog to chaturanga and back, and also the side pistols, and gives you a variety of different options. So that's a great precursor. Also, you don't actually have to do the arm balance in this class. This is meant as like a mini heat for both the arms and the legs. Yes, obviously we'll be loading the arms. It's called Absolutely Arms. We'll be doing both shoulder loading and also some bent arm strength work and endurance on the mat, but you don't actually have to do the arm balance. So if you're not interested in side crow, that's totally fine. You could still find value in this as far as loading your upper body and preparing for things like stepping to the top of the mat, or just making your transitions a little bit smoother. There'll be a mini workshop section that you can just simply watch or gloss over, or you can pause and play with side crow if you'd like after we do this very quick warm up and then the flow 2 times through. So again, you can always go back to your original Absolutely Arms if you want to review that flow. This one, of course, will be changed so that it better prepares us for side crow. As far as props, I generally suggest that people have 2 blocks for this, just because we can explore in the workshop section how blocks can help some people with these arm balances. And then there'll be a little bit of work on the shins. So if that means you want a blanket or a towel, I recommend gathering a blanket or a towel before you get on your mat. Gather whatever you would like, and I'll meet you in your practice space.
This practice is brought to you by Aloha Yoga, a cork-powered mat and accessory company with a focus on enhanced grip for confident and creative movement. No towel, no problem. Yaloha offers the ability to move freely without fear of slipping, even in your sweatiest practice, all while embracing artistic expression through their unique mat designs. Check out the video caption for a link to view their products, or visit our Grow Together page to learn more about why Authentic Movements continues to choose Yaloha.
Awesome. Once you're in your practice space, come to a seated position. So side crow is a pretty deep twist for us. And the base flow doesn't have a lot of twisting, so we had to get a little creative and add some twists. Come to a seat, bring your feet out in front of you, about hip distance apart. Take your arms up to the sky and cactus them as you twist to the right. No need to hook an elbow, we're just cactusing our arms here. Stretch your arms back to the sky as you reset your torso. Twist to the left, cactus. Through the center, twist to the right, cactus. Center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right. One more time each side. Center, left, center, right. And we'll finish up with center, left. Great. Come back to the center. Lean back slightly. Think about a board from your tailbone up through the crown of your head. So instead of kind of arching back or rounding back, can you tip your whole body back until your legs become light? Squeeze them together if that's comfortable for your body, or slightly apart otherwise, and hover your feet off the floor. No need to bring your shins to parallel unless that's something that interests you at the moment. Think long spine. Yes, you can always use your fingertips behind you. We will be adding a little bit of twist though, so keep that in mind. You can take the right arm, big circle it up and back behind you, and place that on the floor. Left arm up towards the sky. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, twist over towards the right, maybe hooking your left elbow outside of your right knee. Yes, we're still in this boat pose. Resist the urge to lean too much into our backhand so that our core is doing some of the work here. And squeeze elbow to knee, knee to elbow. Maybe even trying to drag the knees up a little bit higher towards the armpit. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch your arms back towards center. Still in our little boat pose. Circle the left arm back behind you. Take a big inhale, stretch the right arm up. And as you exhale, twist towards the left. A little supported, twisted boat here. Long spine. Breathe for 5, 4, 3. Drag your knees up towards your armpit. 2, 1. One more time. Reach your arms towards the sky and slowly lower your feet towards the floor. Whew. Send the knees out wide, coming into more of a soft, lazy butterfly here, or like a diamond shape. Grab somewhere on your legs that feels comfortable and pull your chest through. Little cat-cow here. Puff the back of your heart towards the back of the mat. Pull the chest forward. Yes, you can add the breath. So if you want to exhale and balloon through the back of the heart, and then inhale and pull yourself forward. You can also start to rock at the hip if you want to add a more dramatic motion. Nice. Bring your knees back together. Close your book. Keep your feet on the ground this time. Inhale, stretch both arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, pull your hands in towards your heart, little prayer position. Inhale, stretch your arms towards the sky. Exhale, prayer position. Press your palms together. This time, inhale, arms to the sky. As you exhale, twist as you do the prayer, maybe hooking your left elbow outside of your right knee. Press knee into elbow, elbow into knee. Sit up tall and strong. Release back to center. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, prayer position. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, prayer position. This time, inhale, stretch the arms up. As you exhale, twist left prayer position. Hook that right arm outside of that left leg. Pressing leg into arm, arm into leg. Release back towards the midline. And roll over your shins, coming into a tabletop position. From your tabletop position, take a moment to just assess weight in the hands, rock forward, thinking long spine and back. As you rock forward, grip more with the fingertips, with all arm balances, and generally our arm loading. Making the fingertips do some work for us can help spread out the load. Maybe rock side to side. Nice. Grip the floor with the fingers. Tuck your toes. Place a visible bend in your elbows, pointy parts back towards your legs, and lift your low ribs away from the floor a little bit. So we're not really thinking cat pose, but we are thinking actively trying to resist gravity and lift the low ribs away. Change nothing. Keep the bend in the arms. Hover your knees. Beast pose. Ooh. Look at your left hand. Hop your feet outside of it. Hop back to your beast pose. Knees hovering, arms bent. Hop outside of your right hand. Nice. Hop back, beast pose. Hover the knees, bend the elbows. Left, beast. Right, beast. Left, beast. Right, beast. One more each side. Left, bend your elbows. Beast. Right, beast. Lower the knees. Untuck the toes. Sit back, roll through your wrists. Okay. Hopefully we're warm. And we'll keep going. The flow generally warms me up at least, both in the arms and the legs. Roll through your wrists. Really grip with those fingers to take some pressure off the wrist as we move through this. And remember, if parts of it seem confusing, you have absolutely arms number one to go back to and review those different options and modifications. Downward facing dog. Small down dog, preparing for our chaturanga pull-throughs. Take a second to pedal it out if that feels inviting in your body. All right. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, think long, strong spine, and pull forward, little chaturanga. Press back, keeping that long spine. Pull forward, little chaturanga. Press back. Pull forward, little chaturanga. Press back. One more time like that. Pull forward, little chaturanga. Press back. Beautiful. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip for this first round. Grip with the fingers. Find a big exhale, cross the body. Right knee outside of left tricep. Inhale back. Exhale, cross the body. Inhale back. Exhale, cross the body and hold. press the ground away. Puff through the back of the heart. Step your right foot in the middle of your space. Bend into your elbows and pop off your hands, lifting your arms away from the floor. Take your hands to prayer position. Bend the back knee, lengthen the tailbone down. Big inhale. As you exhale, twist right, hook your left tricep outside of your right knee. Press them into each other. Shift the weight forward until you can roll over the back toe. Lift and squeeze through the left glute. Lower the top of the foot down. Lift and squeeze. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Hold. Pull the left knee in so it hovers. The left foot hovers next to the right. And then extend back. Bring it in. Extend it back. One more time. Bring it in. Extend it back. Beautiful. Release the twist. Bring your hands down to the floor. We're preparing for our side pistols. So the left foot's down. Turn to the inner edge of the left foot. Tent or pick up the left hand. Right knee touches right tricep. And then send that right knee behind the left as you go into your side pistol. Resist the urge to plunk the hip down and keep it lifted. Back up. Knee to tricep. Side pistol. Knee to tricep. Side pistol. Knee to tricep. Side pistol. Beautiful. Knee to tricep. Put your left hand down. Cross the body, bringing your right knee over towards your left tricep. Step that right foot outside of the left hand. Bring your back foot up to meet it. Bend your elbows to create a little shelf. Lean the weight into the hands. Nice. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. Small downward facing dog. We've been here before where we pop the hands back to meet the feet. First of all, set up your feet for a little closer together. Actually, we're going to do more of a toe stand than a malasana. So maybe you usually put your feet hip distance apart. What would it feel like if you put them a little closer together here? Bend your elbows, load the front body, and then pop your hands to the back of the mat. If you want to do that again, since it's the first round, walk forward, pop. If it felt impossible, shrink your downward facing dog out. Fold here. Wow, this keeps hitting me in the face. Silly microphone. Oh, it's not going to work. That's better. All right. From your fold, walk your feet together. Bend your knees, lower down into a toe stand. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Pick up the torso. Take your arms up overhead. Prayer position. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, think about which side we've done. It doesn't really matter. We're going to do both sides, but twist to the right. Twist to the right. And squeeze elbow to thigh, thigh to elbow. Thinking long spine here. If you would like, what could you play with? You could play with opening the arms up and even placing the left fingers down in the same direction as your toes. Notice if you place them in the same direction as your toes, you could kind of reach your right arm over. And then you'd have to shift your weight into your hands here, and you could play with that. Nice. Lower your knees, untuck your toes, camel rinse. Let this be more about the hip flexors than it is about a back bend. So squeeze your butt, pull your pubic bone up, and then if you want, you can gently tilt backwards, squeezing your shoulder blades together. This is more about stretching through the front of the hip. And what do you do the other side? Nice. Small downward facing dog. Preparing for our chaturanga pull throughs. Bend your arms, bend your knees. Pull through long spine. Little chaturanga, downward facing dog. Little chaturanga, downward dog. Little chaturanga, downward dog. Beautiful. Bring your left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Take an inhale. Exhale, cross the body. Left knee, right tricep. Inhale, open it back up. Exhale, cross the body. Inhale, open up. Exhale, cross the body. Grip with your fingers. One more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale, cross the body. Step the left foot in the middle of the space. Push off your hands, bringing your torso up. Bend your back knee. Lengthen your tail. So set your pelvis up for success. Bring your arms to prayer. Inhale. Exhale, twist, hooking, your right tricep outside of your left leg. Shift forward. Roll over the back foot. Lift and squeeze through the back glute. Tap the top of the foot down. Lift and squeeze. Tap. Lift and squeeze. tap. Lift and squeeze, hold. Pull the right leg in till it hovers next to the left. Send it back behind you. Pull it in. Send it back behind you. Pull it in. Whoa. Send it back behind you. Nice. Lower those back toes. Undo the twist and lower your hands. Shift to the inner edge of your back foot. Tent or pick up through those right fingers. Left knee goes to left tricep. And then send that left leg behind as we come into our side pistol. Need a tricep. 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 Side pistol. Okay, need a tricep. Right hand down. Cross the body. Step the left foot outside of the right hand. Pop your back foot up to meet. Here we are. Create a little shelf with your right arm. Grip with the fingers. Shift the weight. Step the right foot back first. Left foot back. Down facing dog. Put your feet a little closer together than usual. Remember, you can shrink your down dog if it felt impossible before. Shift the weight into your hands and then pop off your hands to the back of the mat. Toe stand. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Take your arms up. Prayer position. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. Ooh. Hook left. Right arm outside of left leg, squeeze. Maybe you open up through the arms. As you open up through the arms, look down, your bottom hand. Fingers, same direction as the toes. I know it's weird. A lot of us do it this way, but today, can you try this? Fingers, same direction as your toes. Then you could almost reach your left hand over and shift the weight into your hands, forcing the shift, leaving your left arm free. Single arm balance. Come back, release, toes down. Camel flush. We're going to do this one more time. A little bit faster, less repetition. A little camel flush. Down dog. 3-time pull through to chaturanga. 1, 2, 3. Right leg lifts. Cross the body. Turbo. 3-legged dog. Turbo. 3-legged dog. Turbo. 3-legged dog. We'll change it up. Turbo hold. Step the foot in the middle. Pop off the hands. Immediately prayer. Adjust the hips. Twist. Towards the right. Hook. Shift forward. Roll over the back foot. Lift and squeeze 1. Tap. Lift and squeeze 2. Tap. Lift and squeeze 3. Hold. Pull the left foot in. Send it back. Pull the left foot in. Send it back. Pull the left foot in. Send it back. Toes down. Hands down. Inner edge of that left foot. Lift the left hand. Side pistols. 1. Tricep. 2. Tricep. 3. Tricep. Hold. Left hand down. Cross the body. Step the right foot up. Step the left foot up. Lean the weight into the hands. Step the left foot back. Right foot back. Feet together. Pop off the hands. Fold to the back of the mat. Toes stand. Arms circle up. Prayer position. Twist to the right. Open the arms. Left fingers, same direction as the toes. Right fingers reach over. Shift. Notice how the right arm stays free. Come back. Knees down. Toes untucked. Camel rinse. One more time, last side. Down dog. Chaturanga pull throughs. Long spine. And back. Pull through. And back. Pull through. And back. Nice. Left leg lifts. Cross the body. Turbo. 3-leg dog. Turbo. 3-leg dog. Turbo. 3-leg dog will change. Turbo. Step to the middle of your space. Press off your hands, hands to prayer. Set up your pelvis. Twist to the left. Roll over the back foot. Lift and hover. Whoa, lower. Lift and hover. Lower. Lift and hover. Bring the right foot in. Send it back. Bring it in. Send it back. Bring it in. Send it back. Right toes down. Hands down. Inner edge of that right foot. Side pistol. 1. Tricep. 2. Tricep. 3. Tricep. Hands down. Cross the body. Step the left foot up. Right foot up. Create your shelf. Notice what that feels like. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Feet together. Pop off your hands, fold at the back of the mat. Toes stand. Whew. Arms up. Prayer. Twist to the left. Open your arms. Right finger's the same direction as your toes. Left hand reaches over. Shift the weight. Notice what that feels like. Come back. Lower the knees. Untuck the toes. Whew. Okay, I'm warm. Maybe it's just me in my hot Texas garage without the AC on, but hopefully you start to get a little feeling of the shape and some of the activations of side crow in your body. Now, you've done great work. You've already teased side crow so many times. As you can imagine, the next step is simply to lean forward a little bit more so that the elbow stacks over the wrist, shift more weight into the hands, and pick up your legs. No big deal, right? Now, there's a few different ways to teach side crow. At Authentic Movements, we generally teach it with the fingers in the same direction as our toes. Why? Because if you put them perpendicular, meaning not the same direction, what tends to happen is this back arm here creates like a little kickstand for my butt. Is this wrong? No. In fact, it's actually like the way to get into something like Fallen Angel. However, it trains it as a double arm balance. It's technically a single arm balance. And for most of the transitions in and out of it, you need it to be single arm, right? Also, for some people, in order to get this elbow here, there's a really big rolling motion of that back shoulder forward and down. And that can be quite uncomfortable over time for some of us. There can be just pressure put on things in the front of the shoulder, like the biceps tendon. It's not comfy for me. Maybe it's comfy for you, but we generally train it as a single arm balance. And so to help us with that and to really understand the big shift of weight from feet to hands, which hopefully this flow helped you do, we put the fingers in the same direction as the toes. And really trying to set that up can be helpful. Now, can you use blocks for this? Sure. Most people like to come into side crow from either a twisted chair or twisted toe stand. I like a twisted toe stand because I'm just lower to the ground and it gives me more freedom to like kind of be wiggly and loose. Like a twisted chair would be something like this. However, I can understand like that there's a little bit more room here. You could put your hands on blocks. See, this is what I mean. Fingers the same direction as my toes, right? They're all facing you versus like this, right? So same direction as my toes. It does require more of a twist, right? More of a twist is necessary to keep the connection than if I just kind of fall over the side of my legs here. You can go somewhere in between, right? So it's never like black or white. We don't have to go this way or this way. Like if this isn't available, but you want to try something different, maybe try something in between, right? This elbow is still free and it still has me doing a little bit of shift, right? So could I put blocks under my hands? Yeah, I could. Some people will find that easier, especially from a twisted chair. Why? Because it brings the ground closer to you, right? It brings the ground closer. Notice the blocks are in the same direction as my feet. My fingers are in the same direction as my toes. And I can kind of sit and be here. This is a lovely place to be. Then I can really think about squeezing my inner thighs together, creating a shelf with my triceps, and kind of just kicking the bottom foot into the top foot to kind of lift off the ground. If I'm afraid of falling forward, a pillow in front of my face can help, okay? If you're doing this from a toe stand, it may not be as comfortable using blocks. I'm going to do the other side just to give my hands a break. Because having the blocks under my hands here when I'm already low to the ground is uncomfortable on my wrists. But that's just me. You might love using the blocks. So again, fingers in the same direction as the toes and the knees. I shift the weight. This elbow stays free, but it does hug in, right? I'm not just like, I hug it in, grip, tip forward further than I think, and then the feet lift off the ground. It doesn't have to be this big motion here, right? Now, what else could you do if you want to experience this sensation, but the feet just feel so heavy? One thing we like to do here at Authentic Movements is create a little tower. And you could put a blanket over the top of this if you found the side of your hip is sensitive. But you could create this little tower, and it's usually for your hip, not for your feet, or not for your legs, just because that will really give you a little bit of an idea of what support here feels like. Now, I can't get into full side crow like this, but it sure gives me the sensation of like what's happening with my arms and legs. You could put it under your feet, but it makes it a little bit harder to get into, right? And you could certainly play with one block as well, which works better for my specific body proportions. But if you've never tried side crow as a single arm balance, I encourage you to pause and play with this for a moment. It does lend itself very nicely to then stringing transitions together like side crow, straightening the legs, going to EPKA, going to EPKB. And if you have the availability of that open shoulder and the strength to hold yourself with just the one arm, it gives you a lot more leeway for other transitions in the future and hopefully puts your shoulder on that free arm in a better position. So if you're interested in playing with it, I encourage you to try it on both sides because one might surprise you. Please pause the video, play with it now. I've been blah blahing for a long time. And if you're ready, if you're like, I'm good for today, join me for a very brief cool down. If you're joining me for a cool down, come back to our seated position. This time putting the feet a little bit wider, maybe hip width or even a bit wider. Take your hands behind you, face your fingers out to the side, and lean back. And let yourself be lazy here. So let the shoulders come up by the ears if that feels comfortable. Notice my legs aren't quite at 90 degrees. That's chill. Start to flop your knees from side to side, kind of rolling on the back of the hip bones. You can even kind of rock your weight from hand to hand. Pause the motions, plant the soles of your feet, 90 degrees or a little bit less. Again, I like my fingers facing out for my reverse tabletop, but you might like them facing back, facing forward, or even be up on your fists if your wrists have had enough. Grip with your fingers, press through your heels, and lift your hips. Resist the urge to tip your head back. This isn't about the back bend. Just press into your hands and squeeze your booty. Pull your pubic bone towards your sternum. And just be here for a moment. Beautiful. Release your hips down to the floor. Stretch your legs out long and come onto your back body. Leave your left leg long, pull your right knee into your chest. And release your hands behind your right thigh and just play with extending through the right leg. Having active legs, and especially squeezing like the heel towards the sit bone inside crow can be really helpful because the legs are quite heavy, especially when one arm is doing the vast majority of the work and the other arm is free. So keeping those legs active can be helpful, but it can also be tiring. If you want to just stay in a more lengthened position, go for it. With the legs somewhat straight, somewhat bent, somewhere in between, cross the body. Take it into a twist. It can be any version of the twist. If you want to bring your knee all the way to the floor, even if your right shoulder lifts, that's great. If you want to keep your right shoulder down, leave the knee hovering, that's fine. You do have props if you want to be supported somewhere in between. Release out of the twist. Then extend your right leg long on the mat. Pull your left knee in, give it a squeeze. Hands behind your left thigh, start to work it towards straight, bend, straight, and bend. You can leave the ankle soft. For me, that tends to be a limiting factor. I get more nerve tension if I think about flexing through the foot than I do muscular stretch on the back of my leg. Not that it's bad to like floss our nerves or anything. I just trying to get a little more stretchy stretch to my hammies. Maybe you want to hold the leg long for a moment. Cross the body, taking this into a twist. Again, any version of the twist doesn't have to be the same as the first side either. Release and unwind. Take any other postures you would like. Otherwise, I suggest constructive rest. So first lengthening through the low back, tucking the tail, and then letting the knees fall in while the feet are out wide. This can be a really nice ending place after some deeper twists. And we didn't hang out in too many deep twists today, but we did add some in. As always, stay here as long as you'd like. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Absolutely Arms. I have a few more, including some transitions that people have asked for. And then we'll take a break from this series because there's already quite a few. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to search the term absolutely arms, and you'll see that there's a variety that focus on different arm balances. Thanks for being here, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.